So you're on the market for a new motorcycle. That's pretty dang exciting. But which kind of a bike is right for you? So today we're going to talk about dual purpose bikes as well as cruisers, compare them back and forth a little bit. Hopefully this is going to bring some clarity to your decision as far as your next motorcycle goes. So stay tuned. So why would somebody choose a dual purpose bike such as this lovely Ducati Multistrada V4S over a cruiser motorcycles? Well, let's talk about it. So this is my husband's bike and he's definitely a dual purpose guy, and these are the reasons he tells me why he loves it over a cruiser. He can go on and off-road. Off-roading is a fantastic way for you to practice skills that you normally don't get to practice on the road. So he loves that. He also loves that this accelerates way faster than my Harley, so it tends to be a lot more agile. Another reason is this has so much more technology than any of the cruiser bikes I have ever ridden. And I'll just mention a few of them because there's just way too many. But one of them is adaptive cruise control. So as you're in traffic, you don't really need to be worrying about too much about getting too close to cars in front of you. The bike is going to do that for you. It also has a quick shifter, which is pretty cool. So while you're in motion and you need to gear up or down, you actually don't need to use the clutch at all. You just shift up and down and go your merry way. The automatic suspension, so depending on whether you ride alone, you have a passenger, maybe one day you have super heavy luggage, also the terrain that you're on, the bike will sense all those things and actually adjust the suspension for you. So now the reason why somebody like me couldn't ride a bike like this is because they make them really, really tall. Let me show you. I could not get my foot down even, there's just no way. I'm not gonna even try because these bikes are made so tall. Short people like me just have to stick to other options. Cruisers, this is literally where my heart belongs. I started on a Honda Shadow 500 back years ago, and then I had a Yamaha V-Star after that, and now this is my Harley Sport Glide 2021. So I've stayed with cruisers since the beginning of time when I started riding, and I really feel like that's the style of a bike for me. Some of the reasons why I like a cruiser is they can oftentimes be very, very low to the ground. I'm only 5'2", and this bike, I did not have to modify it as far as seat height goes. Yes, I got an aftermarket seat from Saddleman, but it did not adjust as, you know, the seat height itself. So no mods were needed there at all. I like that the way I sit on it, going down the highway, it feels like a couch. It's like a couch on a highway, and I just love it. Another reason why I love cruisers, I just think that they're just so sexy. Like I just can't. I mean, look at this thing. It looks so good. So, so these are some of the reasons why I like this bike. But let's come back to the seat height, and I'm going to show you something. So as I said, I did not need to adjust this seat at all in order to be able to completely flat foot. My knees are even bent, so technically the seat could be even maybe an inch or so higher. I believe the manufacturer's seat height was 27 inches, and it is perfect. The ways you can customize these bikes it's endless. There's so many different manufacturers that have aftermarket parts. There's the cruiser manufacturers themselves that offer all sorts of different options. You can change out the pipes, you can do different things with fairings. You can paint them. I mean, you can paint any bikes, but there's so many bells and whistles that you can add on to make these bikes yours, so that they fit you perfectly and they, you know, go with your personality and whatever else you need them to go with. And I just think it's kind of a fun process. I find that cruisers also tend to be maybe a little bit less fancy technologically. I'm not talking about those huge new EVOs and whatever are out there and the BMW cruisers, but just as a comparison, most cruisers don't come with as much crazy technology as, let's say, the Ducati Multistrada, which it's practically a car on two wheels. It's pretty wild. So they tend to be simpler to fix. The cruisers tend to be simpler to fix. If anything goes wrong, generally the parts are easy to get, so it's not so much of a rocket science to maintain them. So So because cruisers are generally meant for longer trips and they're super comfy on highways, a lot of them do already come with pre-installed hard bags from the manufacturer, or there's always an option to add them on, or soft bags if that's more up your alley. Another thing that I've noticed, especially in the last 2 years, there's a lot of custom sissy bar manufacturers out there. Mine is from Ria the welder, local BC girl. She's so badass. She made me this lovely one with a crown, and I couldn't recommend her enough. If you have time to wait for about 7-8 months to be on her waiting list, go for it. But it's just an additional add-on that you can have, so you can attach more luggage for longer trips and make your trips more comfortable that way. So whether this was helpful for you or not, I want you to know that I just think that you should ride whatever the heck you want. Don't care about what others think. This is your ride, this is your life, this is your money that you're gonna buy that bike with. So go ahead and do whatever the heck makes you happy, and comment below, what do you ride? And be sure to subscribe.